Welcome, ladies and gents, to yet another episode of Skrew News, which is Skeleton Crew News, guys. Another podcast. This is the second in a series where I get a player's perspective on StarCitizen. So it's not just me waffling on with my opinions. I've today invited my dear friend and org mate, Mr. TechDog from over there across the pond in the US. How are you, Tech?
Doing well.
Nice to have you, and you're looking very swish, I might add, and a bit mysterious, but I love it. Love the hat, mate. So yeah, welcome to the show, Tech. Today I'm going to learn a little bit more about you, my dear friend, which is what the sort of point of this series is, to sort of, you know, freeze us in time and our opinions and love for StarCitizen. And then we're going to go through the Iron Clad and just get your take on the Iron Clad and all the controversy that surrounded it. Obviously, it wasn't really released very well. And then, yeah, we'll just wrap up the show. Quick mention that it's going to be Alien Week next week and go from there. So before we get stuck into StarCitizen, Mr. TechDog, tell me a little bit about yourself, mate.
Shit, how old am I? 35.
Oh, you're still a young pup. I'm 51, yeah, so 35. In your prime.
Currently. I'll be 36 this year, I should say. Married, one child. Gamer, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
No, all good, man. So what was like, do you remember the first moment that you had where you saw StarCitizen or heard of StarCitizen? When was the first, like, what was it? Most people just say on the internet, but where did you first hear, or what was the first symbol even? Was it Chris Roberts' face? Was it a spaceship?
It was a spaceship. A friend of mine at the time, when I was working in Georgia, still working on aircraft at that time, was showing me this game because he found out I was a gamer. It was StarCitizen. He showed me a video of the Freelancer.
Oh, wow, that's like me. Okay, go on. Yeah.
and pretty much from there, it was game on. I went all in. I bought the $110 ship, and that was my first ship.
Damn. So the image of a freelancer got you in, like it got me in. We got in on the same ship, yeah. Mate. Right. Okay. Yeah.
It sucked me right in.
And I don't own any freelancers. Do you? Ironically, we've moved on. Yeah. Cool, man. So that's very similar to how I came in. I'm not going to say how I came in because I've said that in the previous episode, so I'm not going to repeat myself. But can you? It's a bit of a loaded question, dude, because everything changes. There's always ships coming and going. You can choose to answer this any which way that you like. Like, what's your favorite ship, and why does it stand out? And it can be answered in the way of your all-time favorite ship, even a ship that maybe is not even out yet, or it could be something that you're using today and maybe that's the reason why it's your favorite now, right? So I'm not going to hold you to it forever, but like, what's your favorite ship so far or at the moment?
At the moment,
it could be a concept ship, right, as well. So I'm allowing a lot of leeway.
I'm gonna have to say it's probably gonna be the M80 right now, honestly.
Okay. Yep.
With ballistics, if you put ballistics on the M80, it's
straight to the yes. You went straight to the meta of today. I love it.
Yep.
Makes perfect sense. All right. So you've been using it, huh? No. Have you been using? Yeah.
I use the crap out of it. I love it. I don't know why. But,
yeah.
And I mean, I know people are complaining about the interior and all that, but I like the mix-up. It looked different.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I don't know.
It does its job.
For the most part, I haven't been a big fan of Origin ships, and this is like the first Origin ship. I'm like, cool.
Because it's mean. It's a mean machine. Yeah.
It actually, and it feels good. Like, I mean, it doesn't feel. I mean, you can tell it's a heavy fighter, but it's not. I don't know how to describe it.
It's kind of, it feels good. Yeah, it's kind of, it's a smooth, heavy fighter with a lot of firepower. Yeah, and speed. So, all right, cool, man. That makes perfect sense. I love it.
I mean, you said pick what,
No, and that's why, especially when you ask that question from a veteran that's been playing the game for a lot of years, it's we all have like our ideal ship that's probably in concept still, like the Kraken or the BMM and stuff. But then we're sick and tired of those dreams. Our favorite ship's the one that we grind in every day at this point in time, and that's our reality. So that's going to be, it makes more sense, right? Than daydreaming. We're done with daydreaming.
That's the case for me because I own the Kraken. I mean,
I know.
I can't fly it right now, so what's saying that's my favorite?
Your answer
out, they might.
It's a veteran's answer, it's the freaking the ship that you're blasting things with right now, right? I love it. Again, this is kind of loaded, but I probably would want you to lean more on the copium side for this question, because at the moment the game's so broken that this question doesn't really apply as much because everything's quite frustrating at the moment. But like, what role would you typically play in the game if everything that we think will be in the game is in the game and performing well, I suppose? Now that this is a really interesting question, because a lot of people, for example, it would be like, the last 10 years, it would be like, oh, I want to be a miner, or I want to be a logistics guy, right? But now that these mechanics are actually out, Tech, a lot of people might be like, you know what? Moving 100 boxes.
That's what we're sticking with.
Yeah, if this is moving 100 boxes, I'm actually like not 100% into it, right? So, again, I expect a veteran's answer. But yeah, you must have some sort of like idea of what you'd most like to do?
I mean, at this point, I enjoy the combat. I mean, air to air or ground, doesn't matter. I'm an FPS player. I am a fighter pilot guy. I'm not as good as a lot of y'all. I mean, nowhere near.
Yeah, no, you enjoy it. I'm talking about what you enjoy. Yeah.
But I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I need to strive to get a little bit better, but.
I mean, you're much better than me at FPS, so let's. Well. Yeah, don't. You're my bodyguard half the time. Yeah.
Practically shitting in diapers.
Yeah. Okay, so the combat stuff, doing the event, doing the ASDs, doing all that stuff, right? And
FPS events, stuff like that. I enjoy that stuff. I do eventually. I think I'd like to do crafting as well. Obviously.
Yes.
I want to say crafting would probably be it if I'm going to pick one that's not just combat focused.
Yeah, and that fits in well with your. Do you have a Kraken privateer or just a Kraken?
Just a Kraken.
Not just a Kraken, but you know what I mean. A Kraken, yeah. I don't mean to disrespect just the Kraken, Awesome. All right. Yeah.
I have a Bonnie Merchantman as well.
So how do you feel, man, at the moment? I know there's been a lot of controversy. How do you feel about the development of SC? You can be honest.
I hate saying it, but I am starting to lose confidence.
Yeah.
Because of the Squadron 42 fiasco. The every 2 years. And it's like, are they actually going to release it this year? If they release it this year, my confidence will be restored. Even if I mean, I hate to say this. I don't want it to be a buggy mess. For the record, I do not want it to be a buggy mess. I want it to be a good game.
Yep.
Even if it is a buggy mess, though, at least they released it. At this point, because they've been claiming it for how many years? I don't even know, and it's literally every 2 years.
Correct. It's at least
12, I think.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't there something like Hold the Line 2016? So that's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So at least 10 years they've been promising stuff. Or Squadron 42. Okay, so I think you're in tune with a lot of people, a lot of veterans. Not that I have any data, but from me reading Spectrum and even Reddit, that's typically a very positive forum for Star Citizen. You can see a lot of people questioning the direction of Star Citizen. So I think you're in tune with everyone, Tech. I think you're with the masses, to be honest. But I could be wrong. Again, I don't have any data except what I read in Spectrum and stuff.
I love the idea of the game. The execution this far. I mean, we see how 4.8 came out.
It's on fire.
It's like 3.18 all over again.
And it's so bad, dude, that the sometimes on Reddit or Spectrum, when you say it's as if you say it's bad as 3.18, we've gotten to a point as a community where there will be people that'll actually say, actually 3.18 was worse because of XYZ, whereas like that's not
people that can't get in the game.
I know, and a lot of things don't work. Just because 3.18 you couldn't get in the game, but now you can get in the game and nothing works, it doesn't make it any better. You know what I mean? And we shouldn't be having discussions of which like crappy moment was worse.
$1 billion
yeah.
in this game at this point by people like just backers. I mean, how are elevators still an issue at this point? But I digress.
No, you're right. No, man, you're right. It's not a good moment right now, and I think the servers have been if you look, the servers have been degraded for like 2 or 3 days after they did a 9-hour maintenance. So, and I think the worst part about it is the lack of communication. I think is the worst part about it.
Yeah, we have no idea what's going on right now, and they're not
communicating.
Yeah, they're not communicating anything
at all. Yeah. So I'm with you. I've lost a bit of confidence. I'm hoping, I've got my fingers crossed. I always have hope that the next patch is better, and I can't believe how many years I can continue to have when there's a new patch announced. For the first 3 minutes in my mind, I'm thinking all the bugs have gone and it's going to be a completely different experience. And I go through that every month or whatever, and I never learn. I never learn.
There's a reason we're all still here as veteran players. It's because we believe in the dream.
We believe in the dream. Is there any features or anything that you're kind of super keen on?
I would like a better version of engineering. Engineering doesn't feel like it's even exists right now, and there's this cool screen and nobody uses it. At least I don't. But I
think you're spot on.
There's plenty of people still being able to fly around in a solo Idris, and if then nothing catches on fire, it's still like. If I shoot it, I mean, if an engine gets shot off, it should start a fire. I would think. I'm no expert.
For the record, you're more of an expert than I am in these matters. But yeah, you know how an engine works.
I would think that a fire would start, but I mean, I guess this is the vacuum of space, so maybe it sucks the fire off. Oh, that sounds terrible. Let's pause that.
Lucky fire. That's interesting, man. That is interesting. So that's a good call, though, and that does highlight to me that CIG just releasing stuff as a minimal viable product just to get it in there is not always effective, because we get all these systems that no one really interacts with because they're not implemented properly. So awesome. You have been waiting for engineering, haven't you? And it would have been a complete disappointment for you.
It was.
I remember you actually saying, you're one of the few guys that was like, oh yeah, man, I can't wait for engineering. I want to be the engineer. And then, yeah. No can do, Colonel.
They shat on that dream.
Yeah.
lack of a better term.
How have you noticed that your play style has it changed over the years? How would you let's describe your beginning TechDog play style? So mine was logistics and trading was my beginning, and now I would say I am combat a bit more, a lot more, like yourself. So how would you describe your story arc or your play style evolution through Star Citizen?
I don't know if you remember, but the old flight system was way more difficult than this one is.
Yes.
Once I figured out how to fly, it was trading. It was cargo box running, I guess, because that was really all there really was to do besides combat. And there were people that were very good at that time.
Yep. So you started off trading.
So that's pretty much where I started off, was trading.
And what were you trading in? Do you remember the ships that you had?
I had an MSR for a long time.
Okay.
Remember that was the ship I did that was where we kind of first met, I think. Was with when I had the MSR. We had already talked in chat a bit, and you're like, "Hey, join me if you want." And then I was like, "Let me join him in a spectacular fashion."
So trading, doing cargo hauling, and then as the game has progressed to now, how have you changed?
I'm more combat focused now, and FPS. But I mean, they've kind of pushed the FPS a little bit, but I mean, I don't not like it either, because obviously, I mean, I played Call of Duty, I played Battlefield, I played Dune Awakening with you. Those are all kind of FPS. Well, actually, Dune Awakening is an FPS. That's third person.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm getting games mixed.
Tomato. I get you're still shooting a gun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we can safely say that Star Citizen has made killers out of us. Humble hauling folk. We've had the same story arc. I want to be a trader. I want to do this, and then like fast forward, we're like completely burnt out, aggressive men because Star Citizen's crushed our dreams, and we're like, I just want to kill.
You go to trading and the freight elevators aren't working. You go to mining and your bags get stolen. Like
yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Like
I got it. I just want to shoot things. Yeah. Too funny, bro. Is there any? Do you follow? Are you a guy that follows any of the Star Citizen esports, or no? It doesn't have to be esports like an official event, but any like community run events and stuff. Do you do that, or you wouldn't have time? You're a busy family man. Yeah.
Way too busy.
Yeah.
I get my couple hours every morning to kind of game with you guys on the weekends, and that I got land to keep up on and stuff like that during the weekends. So
yeah. No, all good.
That's the other part about being Star Citizen. I mean, we've been following it for so long, and you know, when I started this game 12 years ago, that I didn't have a child, I didn't have a wife, and you know, now life's completely different.
Wow, that is a spin out, eh? How long the development's gone on and people's lives have changed. So, Star Citizen as a whole, dude, this is a philosophical question because Mr. Fusion is the one that actually spurred me. He didn't ask me to put this question. I had a conversation with him, and it's kind of an interesting conversation about the nature of this. People call it an MMO. When I first saw the impressions of this game, so when I was completely naive, 10, 12 years ago, I saw a picture of a freelancer. I was thinking of a living, breathing universe, and this is me being naive, nothing on CIG. A living, breathing universe that would kind of treat me like, I don't know if you've played games like Mass Effect, but like that. Almost, I'm having like a AAA, a story-driven experience in this world where I'm having, you know, multiple relationships and reputations with factions and people, and that was my dream, right? This living, breathing world, essentially, is what I'm saying, right? But it's a very story-driven sort of interact. And the more I think about it, I'm like, that's almost impossible to build as a online MMO, but hopefully someone will do it one day. But now that 10 years have gone by, the game is now, the nuts and bolts of it are dropping, and you can see CIG kind of realizing and putting in mechanics that are very MMO-ish, like go to the same place, do it 100 times, get an armor drop, go to somewhere else, do that 100 times, get a resource drop, right? And Fusion, who will have his time on the next episode to discuss this, you know, he was thinking like me, like it was going to be this AAA sort of experience, or maybe experience with players and AI that was very enriched, as opposed to this very kind of well-known MMO mechanic. What's your feels about that? I know that you do play MMO, so you might have a bit of a positive spin. Are you accepting of that? Are you disappointed by that? Do you think it will be that, or will it change to something else maybe?
I hope they will add some sort of story that you can kind of like, not necessarily a story, but like, you know, like how I feel like each faction basically should have some sort of beginner entry level story. Not necessarily each faction, but you know, like mission set, I guess you would say, kind of guides you a little bit. That would be nice. Kind of like how ESO is.
Yep.
ESO it's very story driven, but it's also, you know, you still have to grind. And it's an MMO. MMOs, you grind. It's known fact. I don't know if them calling this a sandbox MMO, I think is what they originally titled it as, if I remember correctly. I'm just going off memory here. I don't know. I don't really completely remember. I'm hoping that's not a lazy way of them saying they're not going to write a single story for this game, and the only story is going to be Squadron 42. Does that kind of answer?
It does. Well, yeah, it does. What we're saying, and what I hear you saying, is yes, this is an MMO, and you're ready for that, which is what I know you say, because you're a big Guild Wars player and stuff, and and ESO, and I play ESO.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, but you know about the world of MMO, you know what I mean? So you're sort of conditioned that, yep, I'm cool to grind for that armor and that weapon and stuff, which is awesome, because I think that is where the game is going. But at the moment, even the storytelling is so bad that it's way below even like normal MMOs like ESO and stuff. And you're right, there's some good stories told in ESO, the only MMO I've played. There's, you know, if you read and listen to the NPCs, there's a lot of great stories and stuff that are told and are possible in the world of MMOs. So yeah, I'd love to see quest givers. I always wonder how quest givers in this physicalized world of StarCitizen would operate, because in typical StarCitizen fashion, when you speak to an NPC, they don't go to another cutscene, right? You're standing there in front of that NPC, and that NPC is talking to you. So what happens when there's 20 other guys queuing up to like hand in their missions and get the missions, and you know what I mean? Like, how does that work? And that could be potentially a complicated matter. Whereas with, I think with ESO, when you go and you press talk to someone, it goes to that, like an instance of that NPC facing you, and then you can talk to it. Cool, man. Yeah, I think we're on the same page. It's a balance. It's an MMO, but please tell us some stories. It's, you know,
with that, I don't know how Guild Wars exactly does it, but they do something where they don't do that zoom in on the face. They did at the beginning. At the beginning, whenever, like, if you play through the whole entire story, but pre DLC stuff, they never updated it, so it still does that zoom to the, you know, hey, showing the one character talking to the other character kind of thing. Later on, they did it where the characters keep talking to just you, but you're not really in an instance. So I don't know how they did. I'm not a game developer. So I don't know. But they made it work. And it looks good. It functions well. but also that's a much smaller scale game. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to have options wise for that in this game. So I think instance facing would, or like, you know, where they zoom in on the character's face would make sense. I'd be okay with that. At least we get story.
Yeah, there might be. You're right. You need to make some sacrifices to tell story, because the story enriches everything so much. I'm tired of them just adding another human gang, some generic gang, the head choppers, the head hunters, the this, the that, and I don't know anything about them. And we're doing missions where I just don't care. I just don't care.
And all we get is that little loading screen thing that's supposed to tell us a story. Like, give me the newspaper in the game so I can actually sit there and read the thing, because sometimes that loading screen don't last very long.
No, you're right. And you know, we shouldn't have to revert to loading screens for stories, right? That's already a sad thought.
they haven't put any real effort on that side of it, but fingers crossed. Once Squadron 42 comes out, hopefully some of their story team comes over to regular StarCitizen. I almost called it Star Wars. StarCitizen. And gives us a story. A couple little stories. There's the guy who writes the story right now. It's not much of a story.
No, I don't like the stories, dude. You don't have to be shy, dude. I don't like the stories at all. I think they're very basic, rudimentary, unimaginative. You got this world of sci-fi, and all you got for me is like gangs and drugs, like, you know,
in trash.
Yeah, like I think it's very unimaginative. I think the lore team, sure, they're working within the constraints of very limited mechanics and stuff, but I still think, despite that, they've come up with very, very, very unimaginative tidbits of lore. It's not even full lore. If there was full lore about this stuff, I'd be a little bit happier, but it's just tidbits.
And like, you're expected to go to the webpage to read about the lore or something like that, rather than it being in the game. Nothing in the game.
There's nothing. Moby Glass. Yeah, the Moby Glass paragraph. Yeah.
Read this 2-paragraph thing and go fight these.
Exactly.
This station.
I'm going to fast forward a couple of questions. I'm going to go straight to Squadron 42, man. Obviously, you've mentioned it a few times. You are looking forward to it, right? You're a Squadron 42 potential fan, yeah? I
am extremely looking for, because it will tell a story, I hope.
I'm sure it will, Tech. I'm sure it's going to tell a story. That I can guarantee. Yeah. Like, if it doesn't tell a story, what else is it going to do, bro? Like, seriously, it'll tell a story.
The turret.
There's people, mouths are moving. Even if you're in the turret, you'll be listening to a conversation at least. But yeah, go on.
I am looking forward to it. I hope it's more than just turret gameplay, because obviously that's what they showed us, was turret gameplay, and that was it. And then cinematics. So hopefully there's more to it than that. Actually, no, there was FPS. They did show us that there's the potential for FPS.
We definitely saw FPS.
I can't, and it looked really good, minus, you know, the couple little audio glitches and stuff they were having during that time. I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to it being released and actually getting to play it.
Yeah, me too.
Know if I wasted my money.
Yeah. It's a big moment, Squadron 42, for me, because it'll be a beautiful, hopefully a beautiful game that fleshes out the lore of the MMO that I love so much. That's one of the most exciting things about it. B, it will tell me whether or not CIG actually have ability and talent.
Yep.
And that's a scary thing, because it can go the other way. So yeah, so if it fails, I'll realize that this tech demo was, yes, there was a lot of talent in building the tech demo, but to build the game, there wasn't enough talent or experience for the game to come out of this MMO. But yeah. Sorry, I cut you off. Sorry, Tech.
No, you're good, dude. I do the same thing. I mean, you got to with this game. The thing is, like, For me and you, at least, because I mean, you haven't invested in anything in a long time. I invest tidbits here and there, but it's not like we are at this point actively still investing. So even if the game it does flop, you know, on release, heaven forbid, please don't. And at least, you know, we've gotten our time in, if that makes sense, kind of, and we've, you know, we've gained these friendships.
Completely, yeah.
And I mean, realistically, I'm like, I know this is going to go on the stream, but you know, I'm in like 6K invested. So after over 12 years, that's really not that bad if you think about it. Because
it's not, man.
I probably put that much in there with subscriptions, with microtransactions. You know, realistically, that's not that bad. And I don't feel like my time has been wasted on StarCitizen at all, because I got this great group of friends and we play other games together. It's not just StarCitizen for me, this org. I mean, the only reason I think I stay engaged in StarCitizen still is because of the org. And that's it. Like, I love the game. I love the idea of the game.
Logging in by yourself can be very testing sometimes to get motivated, unless you've got specific goals.
Yeah, I mean, I logged in on my own when the Iron Clad came out.
Yeah.
And then I tried to fly the Iron Clad. And I'm going to jump ahead here and say there's a reason I haven't logged back in since I tried to fly the Iron Clad.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're about to pivot into the Iron Clad. To give everyone context, me and Tech have been planning to do this podcast and do a deep dive into the Iron Clad, which we're going to do in our own special way. But because it was such a horrid release, I haven't even flown my Iron Clad yet. I haven't taken off. I've been on strike because I've been offended by the way they released it, and obviously, Tech, you've had 1 or 2 flights and then not logged back in. So yeah, that's just a bit of context for our viewers. But cool. So back to Skrew 42. Yeah, I'm the same as you, man. I'm completely looking forward to it, and I don't think it'll be coming out this year. I don't know if you know the latest controversy. Have you got any thoughts? What are your thoughts? You think it's coming out?
I almost need it to. More than likely, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably not coming out this year. It'll be 2 more years.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Jeez, they can't say. They got to either say it'll be out in 1 year or 3 years, just to break the meme, dude. They can't say 2 at any cost. they got to say 1 or 3 or 4 years. Cool. Let's move on to the Iron Clad. Now, before we get moved on to that, have you heard of any... Let's move the footage onto the beautiful Iron Clad. There she is, flying in between us. I'm sorry you can't see this, Tech. It's just the Drake Iron Clad web actual page in StarCitizen. Yeah. First of all, funny nicknames for it that I've heard throughout the week. I don't know. You heard Iron Chad, obviously.
Oh, Iron Chad, Caterkiller.
Caterkiller. Okay.
No, my bad. No, maybe that or cat or what was it? Yeah, something like that.
Caterkiller. Yeah, that's a new one.
I don't know. Maybe that's just or Killer Cat, whatever. I don't know. What was the other one I've heard that was really good?
I've got a funny one I heard. Potato Clad.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Because nothing works. It's a potato. Do you like the look of it? Is that your vibe? That kind of Drake, kind of rough as guts. Very square. You love it? Yeah.
I love it. I know.
Big, chunky, boxy, rectangular thingamabob. You like it?
It is literally a flying brick. It's a brick with a standoff pod that likes to fly away on its own. Currently.
It's very fugly.
I love it. I don't know why. It's like a pug. It's so ugly, you gotta love it.
One thing I love about Drake, bro, is the main thrusters. They look like retro rockets. So from behind, it looks awesome. Drake ships from behind look awesome.
I hope they fix the command stuff. Like where they make that station, the command station, like an actual flight deck as well. I don't know if they will do that. I hope they do.
What? Sorry, make the command station a flight deck. It is a flight deck. The command module.
Well, not the command module.
Oh, the bridge.
But like the bridge.
Yeah, that is such a noob mistake. Why did they make such a beautiful bridge-looking area, cockpit,
great view,
and then stick it with remote turret dudes?
I would have been okay without the command module, honestly, at this point. And it would have probably saved the ship's release. It would have saved the ship's release.
Bingo, my friend. Yeah.
Chop it off.
Oh, yeah. Me too, man. I was just going to actually ask you your opinion on the command module. Right now, because it's broken, and I don't want to... one of my questions was, let's talk about the release. We're both gutted and disappointed with CIG for... I think it was one of the worst releases ever, and such an expensive ship. We've had ships with bugs, but we just haven't had expensive ships that were hyped through the roof at this point in development that had multiple things broken. And they knowingly just released it. You know, that's the thing that sort of annoyed me. It's not just about, when the 890 jump came out, the air conditioning system didn't work on that. It's like, nah, mate. When 890 jump came out, it worked. I was blown away. Maybe there might have been an elevator bug or this, that, and the other, but usually you could reload and stuff and you could, fly around in the 890 jump. But this thing, you couldn't breathe in it, you couldn't fly it, you couldn't jump in it. Horrible. Anyway, we'll move on from that. So you do have one. You have an Iron Clad, obviously. Yep. Which one?
Just the regular Iron Clad. I didn't go with the Assault because I think like 3 of us have an Assault. Maybe I still have hope for logistics at one point. Maybe I do hold on to that a little bit because I mean technically I own that. I own a Hull D. I own a shit-a-pillar. Load anything into the damn thing.
So I'm just bringing up there's a little comparison on the website, on the Drake Ironclad website. We're going to do a deep dive tech between the Ironclad and the Ironclad Assault. Would you agree with me that the Ironclad as a logistics ship I tried to find a comparison, right? Let's compare this to another ship. But I struggled because you got the Hull C, which is up there, and then you've got the Hull B, you've got the C2, which are down there, and it seems like the Ironclad's in a class of its own at the moment. It's in between the Hull C and the C2 Hercules. You know what I mean? So I couldn't compare them exactly together because I think the Ironclad's bigger than the C2. It's a bigger class of hauling, if you like. So instead, let's just look at the differences between the Ironclad and the Ironclad Assault. So before we go ahead, are you interested in the command module if it worked? If it didn't destroy the release of this beloved ship? Like, are you interested in the command module? I'm personally not, but
I think it should just be an escape pod. That be the one way that you can have an escape pod is this one way,
Right. Okay.
Because obviously Drake is not known for escape pods,
Yeah.
But for like the Caterpillar and the Ironclad, they got the command module, and maybe that would be, the reason for these ships is, I don't know.
Okay.
But maybe use it as that, and then, like I said, give us the deck.
Yes, give us the bridge. That beautiful bridge. It's a beautiful bridge. It needs to be a bridge. Yeah, I agree. The main differences here are the number of turrets is obviously a lot more on the Iron Clad Assault. You've got a row at the top for both ships. You've got 3 turrets at the top, and then you've got on the front of the Assault, you've got 4 turrets, whereas on the front of the normal Ironclad, you've only got 1 turret. So that's already like 3 turrets more. So that's a significant difference. And then it seems like the other difference is that the Ironclad Assault has got a vehicle service bay. So it's going to repair and refuel, I think. Is it going to refuel and rearm?
As long as you got it on your cargo deck.
As long as you got it on your cargo deck, correct. Yep. And then on the other hand, the Ironclad does a crap ton more cargo space. So it'll make you a lot more money. Now, what we're going to go to is we're going to flick through. All right. So we're now like delving in beneath the blanket to see what the difference is between the 2 ships. We know that already one's got a lot more armament and stuff. So starting at the top left, again, big shout out to SC Ship Performance Viewer. This is one of the best. This and Urkel are the best websites for getting any form of statistics on components, ships, anything that you need. And I'm humbled that these guys make these tools because they just enrich our experience playing this game. So the red is the Ironclad Assault and the blue is the normal Ironclad. So starting from the top left, you can see that the Assault is as a guy that looks through a lot of stats, the Assault is actually significantly faster than the normal Ironclad. So we got SCM of 130 meters per second with the Assault, and that's 20 meters faster than the normal Ironclad. Now 20 meters per second, if you compare a lot of ships together in the same class, that's quite a significant gap. Usually like light fighters and stuff are about 5 or 10 meters per second faster or slower when they're in the same class, but it's significantly faster, the Assault. And in boost mode, it's 30 meters per second faster. So it's faster, and in nav mode, it's faster. So generally speaking, the Assault it's faster. And then going on to the next section here, it's the G-forces that it pulls, which is not important with a big ship because you're never going to dodge anything. So strafing and stuff, it doesn't matter how many Gs you pull in a big ship. So this is much ado about nothing. And they're all very, very, very similar, except if I just read quickly that the Assault again is slightly more maneuverable. If I go to the top row on the right hand side, the ship axis rotation speed, and just highlight with my mouse the top of that triangle, it tells you the pitch, which is one of the most important dogfighting stats. It's the rotation of the ship, but again, not important with large ships in my opinion. But you can see that the Assault is again a bit more maneuverable. So it's faster and it's slightly more maneuverable, which is fine. We expect that, right? It's a military version of it. The shield pool, going to the second row, the shield pool is dependent on the components typically, but this is the default shield and it's the same. Hit point wise, we can see that the Assault has got 20,000 more hit points. Again, we expect that. It's a military grade ship, so it should be sturdier. It's got 20,000 more hit points. When you look at the armor and the hull pool, it's funny because the assault has got more hull hit points by 20,000 again, but it's got less armor, which is quite funny. And I can't figure that out for the life of me. So the assault's got 20,000 armor, and the normal Ironclad has got 26,000 armor, which is really strange, right?
I think that's just boosted.
We're looking at the armor and hull pool in the second row, in the middle of the screen.
Oh, okay. That is weird. Okay.
I don't know why the assault's got less armor tech, but armor's kind of become, it plays a role, but if you go to the right of that, the armor and hull pool, if you go to the physical and energy deflection, which is a new thing they've added, this is the threshold damage that you have to do before you can damage anything. This is your armor in my view, right? So you can see the assault has got 331. That means your weapon has to do an alpha damage of 331 hit points for it to do any damage to the armor or hull, right? And that is higher than the Ironclad. So in that sense, it has stronger quote unquote armor than the normal Ironclad. And same with the energy deflection. It's 315 against 300. So that makes a bit more sense. So what we know so far is Ironclad assault is faster, more maneuverable so far, has more hit points, and has more deflection. So let's go to the mass. They're the same mass, they're the same dimension. Now the cargo grid is where it's a massive difference. So the assault's got 1,440 skew, and the Ironclad has got 2,200 skew. So that's where TechDog's going to make his money. And that's about it. Everything else is kind of insignificant. The quantum fuel, hydrogen's the same. Quantum, the normal Ironclad's got a little bit more range on the quantum fuel, and they got the same boost. So it's kind of what we know. It's the Ironclad assault is faster, it's more armored, has more weapons, but has less cargo space, and has got a weapons maintenance bay as well. So yeah, man, that is the Ironclad. Again, any other thoughts on the Ironclad? Have you done any cargo runs in it?
I have not successfully been able to do any cargo runs.
Fair enough.
The first time I flew it, obviously the command module kept coming off. The second time I flew it, I got to the point where I could actually jump between systems, and I was yeeted out of existence. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It just began to spin. It was crazy. And obviously the command module disconnected. Third time, I think I just kept dropping out of quantum. I haven't had a good experience so far.
No one has. I haven't even flown mine.
I'm not gonna put 2,000, SCU of cargo and try to move it and to lose it,
Yeah.
after a reset.
Once it's fixed, it'll be super. It'll be a cool little base. I was just thinking, even with the command module, imagine you're camped out somewhere on the planet, and your mate is like, I want to go collect berries. And you're like, all right, off you go. And he jumps in the command module and goes and collects some berries and comes back for dinner so you can make your berry cheesecake.
I do have to give, I don't know if you noticed this difference between the assault and the regulars. You have a lot more You actually got tractor beams and stuff on the
Normal Iron Clad, yes.
normal Iron Clad, and that's one thing they didn't really describe on the
website. Yeah, one of the advantages, you're right, of the normal Iron Clad is the tractor beams to
tractor beams.
multiple, yeah, so you can quickly and efficiently load and unload the ship, which is awesome. And the landing area again is so useful.
I love those ladders
Inside the hanging bay. In the hangar, you mean?
Yeah, like the ladders that you kind of, yeah, to get up on the sides, I should say, inside to get into the Ironclad.
Oh,
Ironclad assault.
On the outsides.
Yeah, on the outside.
Those little walkway ladders that you get up on a walkway and then into the ship. Yeah, they're like little balconies. It's a house, isn't it? Like you can imagine sitting out there on a seat, you know? It's like a little balcony. You sit there and look at the view. Yeah. No, go away, drink away. Yeah, I do love those little railing areas, as you say, on the outside. Is it a ship? Is it a ship that you're like in love with? Like, or is it a ship that's potentially could be melted if you get sick and tired of it, or you see something better? Is it?
I don't think I'm gonna melt it. I don't think. I mean, it's gonna serve a purpose in my fleet. I think of ships that are. I probably shouldn't fly solo, but I will because they'll never fix engineering. So they'll never fix. Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll fix engineering. I should give them some faith. But yeah.
And have you got the little snub ship? I forgot what it's called. The little Drake snub ship. Have you got one of those?
Did not get it.
No.
I'm not a snub guy because you can't quantum in it. And I mean, I see the purpose of it. If I had the Ironclad Assault, I probably would. Because, I mean, obviously refuel, rearm.
Pitbull.
It's fun jazz.
The Pitbull.
It's definitely, I mean, you can carry a pretty good size fleet of those things inside the Ironclad Assault.
Yeah, you should see what I'm seeing.
Cam, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm like you as well. I'm not a big snub fighter type of guy. You got the command module if you land it, I suppose.
As close as I'll ever get to a snub fighter will be the L-22, and that's another ship I'm never getting rid of.
Mate, we're very similar, man. I love my Wolf.
Yeah.
I love my Wolf. Yeah, I love my Wolf. Cool, man. All right, that's the Ironclad. Disappointing release. Very disappointing. I got very, very angry. I haven't even touched my Ironclad. Hopefully, I probably should. But it's a keeper in TechDog's fleet. And yeah, we know that once it starts working, yeah. And we know the differences between the two variants now in a little bit more detail, which is great. And yeah, we're gonna end the stream on that. TechDog, thank you so much for joining us, mate. We got to learn a little bit more about the TechDog. And this week it's Alien Week, Tech. I don't know if you've heard the news, and I think the Raylan is out. Are you an alien? Does that interest you at all? Are you anti-alien ship?
I'm not anti-alien, obviously, because I love the Bonding Merchant Man. I'm not going to invest any more money in the ships, though, and so and now, I mean, if I end up with the Raylan, it's probably because it outpriced the Caterpillar. That's about the only reason, and it's easier to load.
Is it in the Caterpillar class? Almost.
It's almost like it's about same as C2. So it'd be that 600 mark, which I think will be perfect. Because that's a lot of cargo missions right there. I mean, that's a lot of cargo missions that it'll cover, and you don't have to have such a big space,
Did you see they changed their minds about the box shapes from being triangular into just taking normal cargo boxes? Did you notice that? Yeah. Yes,
and I mean, that makes it a lot better because I was a little worried about that. I thought they were going to put basically the triangles were going to be like 3 SCUs, and you just slap 3 regular SCU boxes in each triangle, and it was going to be a nightmare to load. That's what I thought was going to end up happening, and I'm not going to buy that ship. I mean, I still probably won't, but all in all, I think using like keeping the triangles as like kind of like an armor, that's kind of cool.
Yes.
You can kind of protect your exterior cargo with like almost an interior. I kind of like that. I like that a lot, actually.
And how pimping was the interior, dude? Is that like waterfalls and shit? Like, that's a cargo ship?
I mean, it shows the difference. Like they prefer, like aliens almost prefer fashion as well as. Cause I mean, you're living in these ships. You think about it too. I mean, obviously Drake's going more rugged, but I mean, if you're living in these ships, you want it to be nice. I mean, when you live in your house, you want it to be nice, you know? It's the same thing. Once they make it where you can actually log out in your ship
and that's where you said something about Drake, man. It's a bugbear with me, and you've heard me say it when we play together, but I wish they added a bit more, and I'm putting hand quotes up, luxury into Drake ships without changing its DNA. I think, as an example, you're on an exploration ship. Yeah, a coffee bar, but all the seats can have like nice, cheap plastic. You know, like those diner cushions on a diner's chair? Like, it's cheap, man. It's plastic, right? But it's still a cushion, right? Or a McDonald's seat. But have some red cushions on the seats, you know, in the kitchens of the Caterpillar and the seats of the Iron Clad, just to add that splash of color and at least a little bit of comfort for your ass, for your tush. You know, everything's metal, that's great, but I want to sit on a cushion. You know, you're a spaceship, I'm going to live on you, I need a cushion. You can't have just metal seats, right? It's not that expensive for them to add a bit of, you know, cushions. Yeah. So anyway, that was a bugbear with me when you mentioned that how rugged the Drakes are. I don't think it needs to be like that to keep its spirit, but it'll be interesting to see if there'll be any more alien ships.
Info on the Bonnie Merchant, man. I know it's a pipe dream at this point, but I would like just give me something. Tell me you're working on it. Just crumbs, please. Please, CIG.
The day that comes out, we should do like a podcast like this where we get you to walk through it. Cool, mate. Thank you so much, Tech. Thanks so much for your time, man. And we will end the stream there. Thank you all, ladies and gents. Thank you for joining another Skrew News episode, this time featuring the great TechDog. Until next time, my friends, bye for now. Toodaloo.